Hey there, happy Wednesday. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hey, I wanted to come on here and address Noodlemash specifically about her community post and a couple lives she's brought my name into um, simply because some of the information that she is giving is not necessarily accurate. And I think that it definitely it definitely concerns me that if she would not give full factual information in regards to myself, maybe that calls into question some other things that she's, uh, you know, accused people of or brought to the table. So, first off, Noodle Mash, thank you for at least calling my name out and not, I guess, skirting around the issue. I think it's interesting when um, when people don't give names, but they accuse people or groups of things, and then you have to sit around and I guess who you're talking about. So I appreciate the fact that you called my name out specifically so that I can address you accordingly. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, and probably the most really um, minor or insignificant thing I wanted to talk about is, and I apologize, I'm driving, so y'all are going to have to listen to uh, the background noise. Hopefully it's not too annoying. So the first thing that I said that is the most, in my opinion, insignificant but interesting, and I want to know why you would bring up lichen with my name involved. So you said something on the lines of, I don't like lichen, or you assume I don't like lichen, or um, something like that. And to me, I thought that was telling. Uh, what that says to me, I'll tell you how my brain works, which isn't necessarily how other people's brains work. And maybe it'll help you better understand why I do the things that I do. But when you said that about lichen, uh, I thought about it for a long while, and all I could come up with was, were you trying to incite lichen to maybe talk about me? Because there's really, I mean, I don't go to Lycan's chat. I don't go places and talk about lichen. I have on occasion commented on videos that people put out about lichen, or I think I might have even made a video about lichen once. But I certainly don't hold any hate for lichen. I just don't like him. Like, he's not. Uh, he First of all, I think he's younger than my kids. Like, I'm not a young girl, so well, I'm not a girl, but anyhow. So uh, the issues that I have had in the past with Lycan were when he posted pictures of a creator and mocked her weight. So I said something about it. I said it was inappropriate. Then the next time he posted something, that same creator's daughter, and said something about her weight. So I said something then too. And then the third time, and I believe the only time that I've really ever commented to Lycan uh, was when he read the diaries of a child. So I said something. Now, if that makes me a Lycan hater, and if you think that you like need his support to, I guess, come at me or whatever, okay. But I I don't know. It's to me, it's not appropriate to associate me in a negative way with somebody I don't even fuck with. Whatever. So anyhow, I'd just like to know why you brought up liking. I really would. I'd be interested in to know why you thought that was appropriate. So now let me get to the meat of my discussion. I want to make sure that you understand that I'm not lecturing to you. I don't lecture to people. I don't lecture to my children. I don't lecture to my husband. I don't lecture to my employees. But I will tell you if I don't like something that you're doing. Perhaps, maybe, I don't know, perhaps maybe you've decided that I wouldn't, I guess, I don't know, say something back to you? Or is it that you want me to react in a negative way so that then you have some drama that you can cash in on? That's all that I can figure is your problem with me. So let's address a month or so ago when I put out a video that asked for proof of the cat foot comment. That some Patty came into your chat and said somebody said in Tasha's chat that you were literally coloring your cat's butt with a Sharpie. I asked to see the proof. That's it. Simple, to the point. Show me the proof. And then I asked to see the proof that someone called your vet. And I'll tell you why, Noodlemash, why I asked for that proof. Because you've set up on your lives and you've preached and preached and preached about how you're the only one that comes with receipts. You're the only one that will provide proof upon request. And you're the only one that tells the truth. Right? So, I don't really remember what happened next, but somehow you ended up calling me a liar. You like literally wrote out you're lying, and if I don't, lying's beneath me, and if I don't stop, you're going to expose me, which is a threat, right? Because when somebody called you a liar months and months ago, like many months ago, right, and threatened to expose you, you lost your shit. I don't know how many lives you did on it about how people are not going to call you a liar and you are not going to be threatened to be exposed. This is bullying. This is harassment. This is all these whatever buzzword of the week is for cyber dislike, right? So I guess nobody's allowed to call you or say you're lying, call you a liar, threaten to expose you or whatever. But if you want to do it, that's all right. That's what I take out of that. And that just rubs me wrong. That's why I say, I think you're a hypocrite. You say one thing and do another. That's why I say it. If that's not the truth, then just clear yourself up. Don't say something and do the opposite. Or don't say somebody can't do one thing but you can. That's not how this works, right? You come on here often. Probably in the last week you've probably said, I don't know, a half a dozen times, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And basically, if we don't like it, tough. It's your platform. You're going to talk about what you want. I agree. Talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. You can talk about me all day long, too. I don't care. But you're not going to call me a liar. You're not going to expose me. mean, what are you, a photographer? Oh, you are a photographer. Well, maybe you have some negatives of me or something, because that's the only exposure that you can get. Like there's nothing about me that I'm trying to hide or avoid. You know, outside of my community posts, I don't even really talk in chats anymore. I was a mod for Natasha for, I don't know, a year and a half or so. I stopped being a mod for Natasha. Why? Because it's controversial when you come out here and you're pointing out things that people are doing, and it gets ugly. Next thing you know, then the creator that you're modding for gets blamed for, if I do something stupid. So, I mean, I'm an old lady. I'm going to be 55 years old in a couple of weeks. I do my own shit on my own time, however I want to do it. When I'm not on YouTube, I do all kinds of crazy, wild, outlandish things. I cuss like a fucking sailor. Yes, I do. I come on here and I try not to do that because I don't think that everybody appreciates a potty mouth, right? But how I speak on here, the soft tone, the just annoying little voice that I have, that's just my voice, whether I'm mad or I'm happy or I'm pissed off. I guess when I'm pissed off, I talk a little bit faster. I probably emphasize my words a little bit more, but I try not to show that side of myself because it's not something that's it's not something that I'm proud of when I get angry and pissy with people, right? So that's why I've taken multiple days to address you. Now we're going to get to the part that, the vulnerable part of this. The community post, or excuse me, the video you made the other day where you felt the need to put my name on your screen, which is fine. Go for it. I mean, if I'm stupid enough to post something in public, then I ought to expect that at some, it could be shown. I don't have a problem with that. But what you didn't do, Noodlemash, what you didn't do is you didn't tell the whole story. So, well, you didn't lie, right? You didn't lie. You just didn't tell the truth. You didn't tell the full story. So, you put up screenshots of people that were not very positive about the loss of your child. And first off, let me just say, sorry, I gotta gather my senses here. You left out the part of that story where I talked about how I believed your story. I wrote it specifically to people that were saying they didn't believe your story. I wrote on there that I could never believe a mother would use a child's loss. There's no way. I mean, I guess people can do that, right? I suppose there's dirty ass people out there that would do that and do that. But what I said was not negative towards you. And what you presented on that screen made it look like I was some sort of uncaring. unaffected person about the loss of a child. Now, if you go back and you read that entire story, you'll see in 1989, we lost my niece at 10 weeks old. 10 weeks we had her. Her mother and father left the first time, left her with the sitter, came home and she was dead. You're not going to sit on this platform and pay me to be some evil bitch that doesn't care about somebody who lost a child. It's not going to happen. You can call me whatever name you want to. You can call me a liar till the fucking cows come home. But don't you ever misrepresent me about caring for a mother that lost a child. You really think I'm that evil and petty of a human? What the fuck? Anyhow, you need to go back and read that. And you need to make that right. And when you do it, you think about my niece, Jamie Elizabeth. October 15th, 1989. And I'm telling you, just like I told them in that post, that hurt is real. People don't make that shit up. Okay? Don't you wrap me into this shit. Tell me my name should be the opposite. Shame on you. You need to stop taking screenshots without then going and finding out the rest of the damn story. That's what I suggest to you. That's going to save your ass from being disliked even more. Okay? That's part of the problem, Noodlemash. You're too good or whatever to go and read the full context. And you got people shoving screenshots at you left and right, like to kiss your ass. That's all they're doing. They're kissing your ass. It's one thing to be popular. It's one thing to be successful. But to have a bunch of people that sit around and kiss your ass and give you shit and don't give you the full context and make you look like a fool. That's what makes you look like a fool. This is not how you become a leader of a community. It's not. Trust me. Now, I will give you that I might be lecturing you about this, but God damn it, you hit a nerve. And don't you talk to me about that again. Don't you call my name out about any child. Any hurt, loss, sickness, anything of a child. You don't even take 5 minutes and scroll through my community posts. You find out what I do every year. You find out where my heart is. It's not with a bunch of screaming, yelling, wannabe Howard Stern-like idiots that come on YouTube and screech at the top of their lungs that people are picking on them. That's not what I'm about. You preach every single day, every live about peace and equality and love and all this. I'll just stop. Now I'm going to address the last thing, and then I'm going to let you go. And you can like me or dislike me. I don't give two shits if you like me. I'm not out here to be popular, okay? I have a ton of friends in my real life. I have an amazing, beautiful family. I have 3 wonderful children, 2 grandchildren. I've been with my husband for over 35 years. We've been married for 30. There isn't anything on YouTube that could even compare to the life I've had. At all. I am thankful every day for the life I've lived. Every single day, I thank the Lord for what He's given me. Have I been dirt poor? Have my parents knocked one another around? Was my mother an alcoholic addict? Oh, yeah. But you know what? I learned from it. I pulled myself up out of that gutter. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I never have. I never will. I've probably never even had a full can of beer in my whole life. My vice is Mountain Dew and cigarettes. So this nonsense that people are jealous. I have an amazing job. I have amazing employees. I have offices in 3 different states that people report to me. I travel. I'm traveling next week to the Gulf of Mexico for work, fully paid. I work my ass off to be able to have the things that I have, and I'm proud of it. And I have a high school education, barely at that. I also have a learning disability, so your stupid jabs about people say they have learning disabilities and you're making fun of them. You are making fun of us. You're making fun of people when you call them ignorant, uneducated. It's making fun of them. You can wrap it up in your pretty little bow and call it not bullying or whatever. Whatever. It's mean. Stop it. It's ridiculous. And I'll tell you, just like you've told everyone else, you can't you can't blame me for what people I talk to in chat or in comments. You can't blame me for not uh, calling them out every time they do something. Like you, that's another thing. You did not tell the truth. That's why I'm saying this has got to call into question other things that you've said. You did not tell the truth about me. You sat up there and said, you put a little caveat in there to say, well, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. Bullshit. You don't get to do that. That's not how this works. That's not how grown-ups act. Okay? Find your facts before you spit it out. You sat up there and said that I don't call people out when they make, like you specifically said, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I could be wrong. You said when people were making pictures of you, I don't know the exact words you said, but you said that I don't say anything to them. Well, I proved you wrong. I do. I don't condone making fun of people's looks. I don't condone talking about or making fun of people's mental health struggles. You've never listened to any video I've put out, is my thought. If you had, you'd know that I deal with mental health struggles every day of my life. every single day of my life. Do you know what it's like? Noodlemash, to raise a perfect, beautiful child that was normal his whole life until he wasn't normal. Do you know what it's like? Do you think that the mother who's now raising her 30-year-old son because he can't live on his own would sit around and make fun of somebody's mental health struggles? Do you think that? I mean, I guess it's possible, right? Do you understand that not everybody's out to get you? You want to talk about being afraid to go out of the house? Is that what you want to talk about? Because I can tell you what it's like. I came home from work because my child was so afraid somebody was in the house. Yeah, he had put foil in every outlet, every light socket, every window, every opening in my house. His mattress was in the front yard because of his mental illness. You think I'm going to come on this shithole and make fun of yours? No, I'm not. But I'm also not going to sit around and feel sorry for you. If I don't get to feel sorry for myself and my son, I sure as hell ain't feeling sorry for you. And I'm not going to feel sorry for you if you're just going to blindly, uh, what's the word? Carelessly make accusations like you have about me. You don't know me, Noodlemash. You don't know a fucking thing about me. But I'm going to tell you about me, okay? I am proud of every single thing I've ever done. I can assure you that I have never spoke poorly of you online. I have said to a friend of mine that you were pissing me off over Mrs. Portland, that you wouldn't let it go. You just wouldn't let it go. And it pissed me off that to you, your mental health struggles were far more important than hers. And to me, they're all as equal in the grand scheme of things. Either your mental health, your healthy mental health, any struggles you have. So that about wraps it up for what I wanted to cover. I apologize. I spliced the video or the audio in places where I felt that, I just felt that I didn't need to cover those things. I encourage you to go back and read the screenshots from
the chat you had the live you had the other night, where people were talking about your child loss, and I'm deeply sorry for the loss of your child. Nobody should have to endure that. But also, you should go and read the screenshots that I put up of the comments that I made to the people that sat on this side that I felt were inappropriate. So for you to sit around on your live and make a spectacle of me like I'm some mean person is unfair, in my opinion. I mean, you don't have to do it, whatever, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of you clouding the truth about me. I'll just say that. Anyway, talk to you.